I've been waiting for this time for a long time. Like I would dream about robots as a kid, like, and even when I'm watching it, I have a cognitive disconnect of how advanced it is, where I'm like, no, it's almost like I know it's not AI generated. So if I suspected that, obviously I would think it was AI generated, but there's a cognitive disconnect for me to be like, this can't be real yet. I almost refuse the idea. And yet it's happening. Oh my God. Yeah. What is this? Even that move, even these moves, impossible last year.
Look at the flexibility. This is some real like kung fu stuff now. Okay.
There it is.
Backflips. I mean, these are very complex martial arts moves that they're showcasing.
And what's crazy is it's not just running a program. It is actually, you can see them adjusting their balance, right? For all the nuanced movements, they take these little tiny steps to make sure that they don't fully fall. That is incredible.
Now look at the weapons. Now, okay, so now we're holding weapons. Luckily, they're not sharp. Please don't hurt the children. The acrobatic children are pretty intense.
That's 2027. They'll kill someone on stage.
No, 2027. They are the children.
Yeah.
The robots will just be children all of a sudden. I mean, this is incredible. So we'll speed up a little bit. They get into some pretty crazy stuff, right? So they start doing like full kind of spiral flips. I mean, they love that pose. I mean, it's a spectacle, right?
Yeah.
This is showing the world where Chinese robotics are.
It's incredible.
And it's, dare I say, a beautiful nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
One fell down. They're like, no, it must be broken. And he's like, no, I'm just going to do a head spin and get back up.
Just kidding. Bait and switch.
Yeah. So they can like fake their death now. That's great. I mean, the kicks, the flips.
Ooh, I never thought about faking the death. That's advanced.
Oh yeah, faking its own shutdown.
Yeah.
And then really look at these wall backflips.
Yeah.
And look at this. That was like a actual breakdancing move that people train, for years and years and years to figure out. Okay, nunchucks. Is this necessary?
Absolutely.
The nunchuck with the front flip. I mean, this kid is brave.
Boston Dynamics has to do a follow-up with either breakdancing or Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Boston Dynamics definitely has to step up. Oh, and is that a giant Unitree boss? Is that like a final boss behind them that's even bigger? Oh my God.
It is.
Okay, and it has a sword. I'm not sure I like this anymore. It's like Mama Robot.
An unsheathed sword. Look at that.
Okay. So...
Like, John, my brain 6 times watching this video has been like, no, not real.
I know. And that's what's so important about this conversation today. And then they hold hands at the end, and it's ruined by YouTube's UI. Thank you very much. Very impressed.
Yeah, that kid just peaked. That there's nothing going to be better in that kid's life than holding a robot's hand at the end.
Totally. Yeah, so there's, a bunch of things that I want to talk to about that. I think, this is where this series, I think, can be really helpful, just to break down and, like I said, expose the truths underneath some of these things that we're seeing in the media. It's so easy to just see this video and be like, oh my God, look, this isn't fake. It's this amazing show that they're doing. But what does that actually mean? What does it mean that these robots that are selling for only around $16,000, a kit that's cheaper than a car. What does it mean that those are now capable enough to wield weapons and, be on unstable ground, backflip over things, sprint around stuff? What does that mean for the types of kind of security systems that we're setting up, and the type of kind of protective kind of lattice that we have over these technologies right now, which is very loose.
I see. Like you're not talking about our societal protective measures. You're talking about the protective measures around the robotics.
Around the robotics themselves, yeah. One would think, like, I heard a really interesting sort of thought experiment recently, and it was basically saying like the security strength of like our Internet of Things products is now being commercialized into like robotics that can crush a human.
Yeah. That's wild.
And anyone who's played around with any kind of Internet of Things, like wireless fridge or whatever, they're like literally the most hacked devices on the market. Like, they're terrible.
Yes. Wasn't that an episode of Silicon Valley?
Yes.
They backed up their stuff to the fridge. I think I just may have done a spoiler alert, but
yeah. I think that's fine. So lots to talk about. I think everyone's mind generally when they see this type of thing goes to military, and really goes to two sort of worlds and two kind of cases. And I want us to really explore that today, and speak with our conversation agent that's basically studied a bunch of articles that have come out recently about this commercialization of humanoid robotics, and really have us kind of have this conversation around, like, are we going to be building towards the robotic future of an R2D2, or are we going to be building towards the future of a T1000?
Ultimate prop.
Right. So I think that's really important. I think that's something that we need to discuss and think about, and people need to realize, like, we have a choice here, right? We really need to, I think, elevate this guy, this helpful droid, this, thing that's going to help build things with us and help us travel the stars and help us be, friendly and teach and send messages of importance.
If that T1000 hand moves during this call, I'm gonna shit myself.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you're right. They're and already our AI assistants, for somebody who's subscribed to a whole bunch of different ones and experiments every day, they're already starting to take different personalities, right? Like I would say Gemini is taking on this personality of a Data from Star Trek, right? Like, you don't go to Gemini for jokes necessarily. It's very informational. It's but like Claude has a different personality. ChatGPT has a different personality. And those are foundational to exactly what you're talking about here. Like these will continue to evolve to suit different functions, and there will be a military function.
Yes.
That's scary.